If you live in a somewhat popular area with a nearby mall or busy shopping center, there's a good chance you've seen one of these stalls. These beautiful eyesores are home to some of the most low-quality, overpriced, unlicensed, and usually illegal products on the market. And despite the questionable legality of selling these fellas, they're literally everywhere. A while back, I bought one of these stupid kissy-missy cactus things, and it blew up on TikTok. She's broken now, but to be fair, I think it may have been her time to go. She served me well, and I will miss her dearly. These products are irregular, inaccurate, and very obviously marketed towards children, with blaring music videos and brightly colored fidget toys found in almost all of these stalls. It's like an ADHD trap, and I mean, it works on me, that's for sure. I don't feel tempted to buy any of these guys, but I can't help but stare when I see one of these at the mall. There's something so beautiful about bootleg merchandise, despite the overall scumminess of it all. Their poor designs, low quality, and stupid inaccuracies give them charm. For almost any slightly successful franchise, there are bound to be unofficial products using the IP for sale, and these will almost always be absolutely hilarious. The poor quality is typically laughable, and that would absolutely be the case for pretty much all of the bootlegs you can find in these mall sweatshop stalls. I mean, they suck. The material is cheap, the designs aren't nearly as good as the officials, and they're way too expensive. But for some rare companies online, the quality may actually be better than official merchandise. Usually an unofficial product created by an independent business or singular person is likely to fall into this category. Today, we'll be focusing a little bit more on soulless corporate entities attempting to make money off of other people's intellectual property, so that I don't have to feel bad for making fun of them, and so you can find the experience to be more entertaining. And while I will primarily be looking at these kinds of companies, I'm honestly just gonna shove anything that I find funny in this video, because there are some crazy stupid listings for random products online. To no one's surprise, this video is going to be primarily covering the absurdity that is the Five Nights at Freddy's bootleg merchandise rabbit hole. However, I'm not opposed to making similar videos in the future for different franchises, as mascot horror IPs all have the same absolutely hysterical bootlegs, especially games like Poppy Playtime. I mean, just look at this fat-ass Kissy Missy. Man, what the hell happened to her, dude? Is it Fat Fuck Friday or what?
Jumbo just lying motionless on the ground.
You really don't need to be super involved in the FNAF merch community to have heard of these legendary Mexican bootlegs, primarily sold on websites such as AliExpress, eBay, whatever. These things cannot be traced to a company or individual, which is already shady enough. But what you may also know these guys for is that they're 2 times illegal. One time illegal for being bootlegs, and the other for being, possibly dangerous. It's actually been proven that these things have at least a little bit of lead in their paint, and as such could be toxic. So, yeah, these things kind of suck in every way. They have some cool features, like removable faces and lights inside them. Every single one. Because my personal favorite part of the FNAF designs is the subtle detail that many people don't actually notice at first. When you open up Freddy's chest cavity, it reveals several nuclear weapons. But other than that, the material is just so ass. Do I have one? No. Am I gonna get one for this video? No. I don't want these things plaguing my house. But I don't need to own one of these guys to know how unbelievably cheap and just plain ugly they are. These designers are on some kind of crack, or they're just all a bunch of unpaid 10-year-olds, which is probably the more likely of those two, but for legal reasons, let's just go with the crack. This company is pretty known for pumping out a lot of twisted animatronic bootlegs, probably because Funko never made twisted figurines, but other than making figurines of pre-existing twisted animatronics, they also decided to put a special twist on some other characters. My favorite example of which being this twisted Vanny. Where did the tentacle come from? If you're interested in learning more about these evil fuckers, I'd highly recommend this video from my good pal MR Springs. Oh, wait. Speaking of them, I don't own very many bootlegs myself, and as such I don't have any super interesting footage for this video. Unless you count me pouring milk on this spring trap. You can't tell too well in the video, but this guy is not official. I would feel a lot worse about committing this act if he was. So I hit up Springs and informed them that I was in dire need of assistance, and seeing as they somehow managed to own every single item that has even the slightest correlation to FNAF, they were more than willing to discuss some of the strangest bootleg items they own. So, say hello to my good pal, Merch Review Springs.
So Quinn informed me that he was making a video on FNAF bootlegs, and as someone who's very well informed in this topic, I felt like I should step in. Now, if you're any bit well versed in my channel, you'd know about the Dreadbear figure that was infested with lead. Well, let's just say he's in a better place now, so let's talk about my other bootlegs. So one of the first bootlegs I actually bought and purchased was actually this Withered Bonnie plush, which is honestly really good, surprisingly. I mean, yes, he obviously does look on the cheaper end, but I mean, overall, this is a pretty good design for a Withered Bonnie plush. I especially like how they handled the face on him. Then I've also got this Phantom Freddy plush, which is very, very firmly stuffed, like I could hurt someone with this. And you know, despite the absurdly long wires, he does seem to look pretty good. I tend to only buy bootlegs that I genuinely think look decent, and I think this is one of them. Like, if this guy really wanted to come into your house, you would let him, right? I also have this awesome Burn Trap plush, which, you know, it's Burn Trap, so where can you go wrong with Burn Trap? I have him, I put him on my security breach shelf, he's very nice there. I also have this one, which is crazy. It's a bootleg Jumbo Sanchi Freddy, and he's really deformed, but he is based off the Sanchi plush specifically, and he's so funny, I love him. He's just really, like, understuffed and floppy, and I like to put him in the corner. And then probably my most prized bootleg is this Freddy Fazbear mascot suit. I do have the rest of the costume in a spare bedroom upstairs, but I do have the head on display. This one has an interesting history because it was actually made by the exact same company that made the Fright Dome mascots, but they also were a bootlegging company, which I think is really interesting that they were hired for an official project. So yeah, he's kind of like owning a little piece of Fright Dome, which he's not a piece of Fright Dome, he is a piece from the same company that did Fright Dome, but still, he's pretty cool. You may recognize him from the JT Music FNAF 6 song, which I think is really funny. Oh wait, how could I forget my stupid bag full of little keychain things with SFM renders on the heads? I just really want to show this off quickly.
So, Springs actually sent me one of these in the mail. I got this stupid SFM Bonnie keychain, and it is maybe my favorite thing that I own ever now, so just wanted to put that in there. Thank you, Avery.
But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for having me on. I'll quickly take over your channel. This is my channel now, by the way. Just so you know that. I want to make that abundantly clear.
Thank you so much, Avery, for agreeing to do a segment on this video. You are truly splendid. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description in case you don't know who they are, but you probably do. The next company I want to briefly touch on is XSmart Global. These guys are behind these wonderful Liberty plushies, and are usually known for being able to convince a good amount of people that they're an official merchandising partner. Their designs don't always stand out. While they're cheap material a good amount of the time, they kind of look dorky. I like these stupid devil designs. I kind of want one for some reason. If you want to know more about XSmart in some more detail, my buddy from the TNT Muffin also made a wonderful video on them. There's also a really good amount of companies that just straight up steal designs from YouTubes and make them a million times worse. And this gets even more scummy when you consider the fact that they steal fan designs from artists with, surprise surprise, no permission in the slightest. It's pretty obvious why shitty companies like this would target YouTube's fan concept artists. These fan designs are plentiful and usually very high quality, and these companies don't have to put a single ounce of effort into the designs when they just steal them. The YouTube's designs are also just really iconic and look good more often than not. I have no idea how to pronounce this name, so I'm just gonna be calling them VNKVTL. Yeah, okay. VNKVTL plushies are characterized mainly by the tall boxes they arrive in, and the fact that they attempt to make Funko-styled plushies of characters that typically haven't received plush forms. Phantoms, Glitch Trap, Burn Trap, AR skins, you name it. Now, most of these bootleg companies don't really have any kind of websites besides their Amazon or AliExpress store pages. However, VNKVTL, or however you pronounce it, does. So let's take a peep at that. Perfect collection for every fan. That plushies are loved by all ages, whether you need a special gift for a loved one or just want to add a dash of whimsy into your home. Let VNKVTL lead the way to a land of magic and fun. Well, I do love myself a dash of whimsy. Our plush created by the most modern equipment, the most skilled seamstress, polyester fabric, and built-in cotton. Here we have all of their products. We have these really great graphics. I absolutely adore these. Whoever made these, you can clearly tell that graphic design is their passion. Let's take a look at all of their currently listed products. We have Phantom Freddy, Chocolate Bonnie, Foxy, Nightmare, Shadow Bonnie, Shadow Chica, Shamrock Freddy, Spring Bonnie, and the System Error Toy Bonnie, I guess. I know for a fact that they have a few more, but they might just be sold out as of now. Yeah, nothing about them really stands out substantially to me. Let's take a look at something else. At the beginning I mentioned I have very fond memories of this dear kissy-missy dancing cactus, and I have discovered something even better. Behold, these fucking things. Don't they just look so joyous? In more recent times, you've probably also seen this specific line of Ruin bootlegs, and oh my god. Is that Vanny? Vanny, what did they do to you? What? Vanny, why does she look so high? A lot of the official Vanny merch we've gotten is less than favorable, so maybe there's some good in the bad here. Some really nice Vanny products that I can find that will make me feel infinitely better about the lack of Vanny in my okay. No, sorry, I take it back. I am completely content with Vanny Fazgoo capsules. I also found these! Look, Kawaii Sundrop FNAF Plush Toys Cartoon Freddy Fazbear Plushie Doll Bear Foxy Rabbit Animal Stuffed Toy for kids' birthday gifts! They're little Among Us! Okay, wait. Oh, I really want this one, but I think it's sold out. No, wait, it is! No! How do I get this? Please, somebody, help me. I don't really know what brand these are specifically, but there are a bunch of these, like, bootleg figurines that they aren't the Mexican bootlegs, but they're still kind of strange. And they typically use fan designs. Like here we have, I think that's supposed to be a, like, ruined Glamrock Bonnie fan design. We got, Glamrock Mangle, Glamrock Orville, Happy Frog, and like Burn Trap, another Glamrock body. Okay, this isn't like FNAF related, but there are a bunch of these skibidi toilet plushies, and I just want to say that if this video does well, I will use all of the money made on it to purchase these, because I would really like one of these in my setup. I'm just saying. Now, there is one more thing I'd like to touch on today, in a more, like, positive light. I'm sure you're aware of what Etsy is. It's a shopping website primarily specializing in unique homemade goods. Essentially, anyone can make a listing on here, and as such, anyone can share some really high-quality handcrafted products. And a lot of people tend to use this website to make money off of fan-made materials, such as prints, keychains, stickers, or homemade plushies of existing characters. And I have to say, places like this are the best way to get good quality unofficial FNAF products. There are dozens of different people, styles, and types of listings for pretty much any fandom you can think of. And the people who own these stores are typically really sweet and down to earth. I'll be bringing up a few small businesses that I highly recommend in case anyone wants to check something out for themselves, and each link will be in the description. Most of these shops have products for other properties as well, so if you don't like their FNAF specific products, they're still all worth a look. The first shop I'd like to talk about is SolarBite. Based in the UK, they have 3 FNAF related listings. Other listings include products related to stuff like Hell of a Boss, Pokemon, Zelda, and the Owl House. The first 2 FNAF listings are a Faz Wrench and Faz Camera Pin, which look really solid. And the next one has a bit more to show, being a listing of 10 different designs. You can buy all of them in bulk, or just pick one if you have a specific favorite. This third listing is probably the most unique, being a collection of stamps on washi tape to mimic photos from the Pizzaplex. The next shop primarily focuses on plush-based products. This is Sweet Candy, a shop producing cheap, high-quality stylized plushies. FNAF products are only a small portion of the plushies they offer, with other products being from IPs such as Pokemon, Danganronpa, Rune Factory, and a few miscellaneous items. For FNAF, they have a set of Security Breach characters, including Freddy, Monty, Chica, Roxy, Vanny, Gregory, and Sun and Moon. They also have pre-orders available for Glamrock Bonnie, Cassie, and Eclipse, which look really solid from these prototypes. The final shop I want to talk about in specific is Cryptid Roots LLC. Based in Florida, they specialize in anything to do with patches, which is super cool because I love collecting patches and shoving them on every jacket I own. Besides FNAF, they have some miscellaneous internet culture patches and some cool alien shit as well. My favorite patches from them are obviously these Vannies. Once again, a link to them in the description as well. So, once again, a big thanks to MR Springs for giving me some footage to use. She actually has a whole series of bootleg-related stuff on their channel, so I would highly recommend checking that out. Thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to my patrons, especially Jeevan2008, Cinetic, DCT6113, Solus Fusion, and the Blue Guy. Thank you again, I've been quinnamon, and I'm gonna go play some goddamn Fortnite. Bye-bye! Oh my god, I was so fucking annoying. Like even more so than now, dude. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.